What's up, everybody? It's been a long hiatus, Haven't done a video about my beloved Raiders in a very long time. But guess what? Football's back, and I'm gonna do a preview of the Raiders game before actually tomorrow of the Saints versus the Raiders. So don't be on the lookout for that. But for this video, I want to talk about the preseason. I know there's been kind of a rumblings that the Raiders didn't perform well in the preseason, and let me just calm those of you who are kind of worried, have a little bit of trepidation. It's preseason for a reason. It doesn't really matter. Everything's vanilla, and let me give you just a slight history lesson. Last time we won all 4 games in the preseason that I can remember, Art Shell was our coach. We won every game, went 4-0. We went 2-14 that season. So just because we didn't have a good preseason in terms of victories, let's not put too much stock in that. But I do want to talk about the third game because that's the widely considered the dress rehearsal for the NFL for the regular season. I thought let's start with the offense. I thought the offense looked really, really good. Derek Carr seemed to be in sync with Michael Crabtree. The catch to the throw and catch from Derek Carr to Amari Cooper. I can't wait to see that all season long. They seem to be going good together. Seth Roberts didn't have like a spectacular showing, but hey, as long as he's got to be consistent as that third receiver, I'm all sold. Latavius Murray didn't really get a lot of looks, and I'm fine with that. I was really impressed with the offensive line. I believe throughout the entire 4-week preseason, they only let one sack, so I'm happy with that, especially with all the new additions. The one thing I will say, I wish Derek Carr had would have just elevated his great game is if he hadn't missed Clive Walford in the end zone. Clive Walford was wide open, and I'm expecting him to be doing big things this year. A big tight end, 6'4", out of Miami. You wish he could have had that throw back, but all in all, the offense looked good. The offensive line looked good. In terms of, they didn't give much push in terms of the running game, but I figure in the regular season they'll have more schemes and more misdirection, so I'm not really worried about that. I am, as I said before, I'm really impressed with their passing. Quarterbacks only got sacked once, so that's huge, and we got to protect Derek Carr. They're giving him weapons, so I think this is going to be a great year for the Raiders. I'm excited. Now, for the defense, let's talk about our first-round draft pick, Carl Joseph, who I wanted us to draft. He kind of reminds me, people say that he reminds them of Eric Dawkins. He kind of favors Earl Thomas with the Seattle Seahawks, that just in terms of stature and the way he plays. But people say he didn't have like a good preseason, but at the same time, you kind of have to give the guy a break because he hasn't played almost a year, so he's got to shake off the rust. But once the regular season starts, I have no problem. Probably around week 6, week 7, you'll start to see the playmaker that you saw when he was in college. So I'm not really worried about him. The defense corners love David Emerson. I know he had a huge PI against him in that game against Tennessee, but he made a lot of good plays. He seems poised to pick up where he left off last year, so I'm happy with that. Even DJ Hayden had a good preseason, and this is a huge contract year for him. So he seems to be developing better than last year, which some people might say that's not much, but hey, I'll take any improvement. Hopefully, he has a solid year as a slot guy. Sean Smith. I know people criticize him. How do you not pick off that pass that went for a touchdown? But I'm thinking, Sean Smith was never really a game-changing cornerback. He was always a steady guy who made plays here and there. If you look at his time in Kansas, it was always Marcus Peters getting all the interceptions, the game-changing plays. So Sean Smith is being who he is. He's a steady guy, and that's what we need him to be. We need steady corners on those islands. I'm really excited about the defensive line. we seem to have a lot of depth there, and picking Shalik Calhoun and Jahad Ward, they seem like great picks now that Mario Edwards is going to the IR. Hopefully he'll come back healthy, but those seem like great picks. I know they got a lot of criticism, the management, Reggie McKenzie, for picking 2D linemen that early, but now it seems like a smart move because Mario Edwards is going to be out for some time. Hopefully he can return to form from his hip injury. But I'm really impressed with the defensive line. They seem to get consistent push from preseason game 1, 2, 3, and 4. The one thing I am worried about our defense is a linebacker position because it's perceived we don't have a lot of depth on the linebacker level. So that I'm really worried about that, especially there's injuries. I know they released Neron Ball because he had injury. Ben Henney seems to be solid. I'm just worried about if we have injuries, who can step up and make plays like right off the bat in terms of the linebacker position. So that's kind of a issue that I'm worried about. Bruce Irvin, I'm happy he came over. Him teamed up with Khalil Mack. That should cause havoc on quarterbacks. So maybe that will actually mitigate the lack of depth that we have at the linebacker level. But all in all, I'm still going to be happy. I'm still happy with the defense where it is. I think it'll be as the season goes on. I think it'll get better and better, barring injuries. I think it'll be better. It's another year in Ken Norton Jr.'s system. I'm feeling really excited about this team overall. Special teams, Marquette King. He had a good preseason. Punters are NFL players too, and we need to appreciate them because he can be a viable weapon in terms of field position. Janikowski, we already know what he's bringing to the table, so not really worried about the kicking position or the punting position. My only real concern about the whole team is just really the linebacker position, but hopefully the general managers and hopefully we won't have an injury bug this year. Knew what they were doing when they drafted, especially the guy out of Colorado, Corey James. He had a good season, but that's really the only thing I'm worried about. I think we're going to do well this season. Everyone's giving that. Only reason I have trepidation is that everybody, national pundits and Twitter people are just saying, "Man, the Raiders are going to be nice this year," and that's never happened before. Well, at least in some time. So I'm kind of nervous when everybody's chanting your name and chanting, "Go Raiders, go Raiders!" Like, you kind of want to go under the radar, but I like it at the same time. But I'm excited to see what we're gonna do, and I'm hoping this Sunday, we beat New Orleans, and I'll do a preview video of that probably tomorrow. So tell me what you guys think of the preseason. Tell me what you guys are worried about looking from a vanilla type games, like basically a glorified practice. Tell me what you guys are worried about. Tell me what you guys are looking forward to seeing more of, and tell me what you guys think for a prognosis for the season. Let me know, and don't forget to subscribe. Let It Rip Sports Channel. Talk to you guys later.